Julifer 9211 coming at you with another video. This is a video for a friend of mine with the Utopia deck, and I promised that I would help him build it stronger. And this is a test game, just just to show. Now the card has like the regular Utopia, but the fusion is not yet ready. It's just a test hand, but I just wanted to show you how powerful it is. So with the cards that I played in it, you're out of you break out of rogue. The deck before was a rogue deck. It's no longer a rogue deck. Now it's like it's an entry to mid level um, meta now. I played a few games, like 10, 15 of them, and when people see this monster come out, they just forfeit. So you see it for yourself. So this is what I drew. I'm gonna get rid of the super poly. We don't need it. And I went ahead and normal, then activated effect the special, then activated the spell discarded to draw two more cards, and then do anything anymore. I just went ahead and see XYZ entered into XYZ. Obviously, you make it with two level fours, so it's number 41, uh, Babuska, and it's just an example of an XYZ monster that you can bring out. Now, this monster doesn't target. You basically summon it in attack position, and they can't use any effects against it. But then during your next turn, you can switch it to defense as an effect. It says it, you can read it, and it says that when it's in effect mode, when it's in defense mode, excuse me, um, all cards summoned into the field, including cards that are there already, their effects are negated. So it works against a Dragoon. As far as I know, nothing can stop it except like the rapid that XYZ, the one that says unaffected by monster effects. But other than that, it negates everything. So the whole game is shut down. Any of the monsters they summon, they can't attack. It's like a mystic mine. And any of um, any of the monsters they summon, they can't activate effects. So they're basically locked. They're basically locked. So you're gonna have to get rid of him through spell and trap. If you don't have that, then you're done. Um, and it goes in combination with another fusion monster. I won't reveal the name right now, but the fusion monster says um, that any spell traps that your opponent plays, you can remove from play one card from the graveyard, and it doesn't have a limit and negate it. So obviously, when this card is done, you switch on to the other one, and then your deck continues playing normally. Like you can sit back. Um, you can just sit back. You can sit back, and you're fully in control. You decide what goes, what doesn't. You can put spell or traps in your decks and just control the field as you please. So he goes, he activates, he draws two cards, he buckamoons it, and he's thinking like, oh, I won, I buckamooned it, now I get to do what I want, right? Well, let's see if it's true. Summons, activates effect, triggers it, he's chaining, summons, and then he has a higher attack now, 2,700. Obviously, he attacks and he wins, right? We lose. Well, let's see if it's true. He sets two cards and he attacks. Guess what? As soon as he flipped it over, we still have the two attached materials, right? So the effect came back on. And guess what? It negated his attack and negated effects and switched it to defense. So it did three things. It negated his attack, it switched it to defense, that's two, and then the third thing, it negates all the effects of all the monsters on the field. So you detach a material to continue the effect going on, and then normal, and I was gonna special, but I stopped instead. I was like, no, we don't really need to do anything. We can start utilizing our spells. If I had a card to blow up the spell and traps, I would. So this deck can bring this guy out pretty easily, and you can play more than one. You can play three if you want. And you saw how I burned it, and guess what? He forfeit. And that wasn't even the deck, it was just one XYZ. So this is an example of some of the monsters that you can use. So I played like 10, 15, something like that, rogue decks, and none of them could break out of it. I got rid of a Dragoon. Um, yeah, I got rid of a Dragoon. And how did I get rid of a Dragoon? Yeah, it got switched to defense. And I think I kaiju'd it. I switched it to defense and I kaiju'd. Yeah, I kaiju'd it. So this is just an example. You saw it yourself. They don't even want to deal with it. So there you go. Dark magic attack.